Hello, greatness. You are welcome and tuned into Heirs of God TV, perfecting saints to become like Christ. Stay tuned for another inspiring episode from your host. And now, let's welcome Dr. Vincent Oppong.
Hello, mighty one, who have committed their life and purpose to teaching the people of God. Chapter number 3 of the book, The Teacher. Chapter 1 was titled The Teacher. Chapter 2, The Questions, where there were quite a number of questions that were asked to make sure that we are really aligned to the heartbeat and the plan and purpose of God. And so in the next chapter, chapter 3, we are going to go through the message, right? He said, as we were ending chapter number 2, he made a very profound statement. He said, if you can truly answer satisfactorily to me, your higher self, all these questions, then this message is not for you. And you need no read further, for you already know all that I am going to say. But if you are not sure and realize that your personality is still more or less dominating, it's a dominating factor in your life, then it will be wise to read on, for I am now coming to the vital part of my message. Right? So let's go to chapter number 3. He said, my beloved, how shall I tell you? How can I penetrate through the wall of unconscious self-righteousness, of self-sufficiency, of spiritual pride and dependence, which your personality has built up around you, perhaps, and which often prevents my words of truth spoken through others reaching your soul's consciousness? How can I get past the feeling which even now maybe is flooding your human consciousness, rousing your and opposition, so that you may not grasp the deep significance of my meaning? Can you not see, if such feeling is manifesting in your heart, that your personality is still much in evidence when it can so control you? Can you not understand that not until words such as the above, coming from any source whatsoever, can create in you nothing but a sympathetic comprehension of their loving and helpful intent, and that should any feelings of a rebellious and antagonistic nature arise, not until you can immediately recognize them and their source, and can proceed to transmute them into love and gratitude to me, for thus pointing out to you these weaknesses that still exist, can you be a pure and true channel through which the Christ teachings can flow. Papa, make us a channel. Can you not see that when one sets oneself up as a teacher to others and assumes to act as a mediator between them and God and to interpret for them his will and his meaning, that one takes upon oneself a great responsibility unless one is resting wholly in the consciousness of God and his love, so that God is able to speak and act through one's human mind and body without letting or hindrance of any kind. And it is to enable the sincere and true seeker after God, him who would earnestly strive to abide in him and to let his consciousness abide in his heart. If he but knew how, him who years only to know his will, and he may obey it and severe and serve him in every possible way. It is to enable such to know I, the true self within, am God, beyond peradventure of a doubt, that these words are written. There are many professing to know me, to be followers of me, to be giving out my teachings, and who are teaching and preaching the way of atonement, but who outwardly to others and in their innermost thoughts are so mixed up with their personalities, are also influenced and controlled by them, that they do not know me, even though they proclaim daily that I am leading them and speaking through them. For it is for such also that these words are intended. It is true, I do speak through such, but not as they understand, for they personally, even through pride and themselves over the beautiful thoughts that flow from their mouth at times, and the help these thoughts are to others, know not when I speak and when their personality. For if they did truly know me, they would have no pride, would take no credit to or thought of themselves, but would humbly abide in the consciousness of me doing it all. And would let me and my impersonal love rule in every detail of their lives. Yet I speak through such proud personalities and even through hypocrites and teachers of false doctrines, using every avenue to bring to the seeking soul the phases of truth needed to lead it into conscious oneness with me. For remember, truth is not always surrogate, sugar-coated, and oftentimes it is needful that one taste of the bitter in order to appreciate the sweet and the pure. Know you not, it is through your sins, your mistakes, through deception, false friends, wrong teachings, that you learn and grow strong? Thus, principally do I teach. I lead you through all these, that you may learn to distinguish the truth from the false, the realities of life from the fallacies and illusions, the suffering and pain such learning entails is only the fire of my love in your heart, burning away the lust of the flesh, the error thoughts, the selfishness, the pride, the egotism, implanted and fostered therein by the personality, which must be removed, that my impersonal life can freely and fully manifest. And this personality, what is it? It is that which you, with your human mind, imagine yourself to be. It is the creature to which you gave birth many, many ages ago. My goodness. Which you have nurtured and fed, loved and fought for, trusted and followed and believed in, just as if it were real. All these years, the child of your bosom, the creator of your human mind, the thought born, and when you fell away in consciousness from me in Eden, when you fell away in consciousness from me in Eden after your first sin, and even since have fed with and bred on the idea that you were separate from me, and that I, God, was displeased with you, and have been continually punishing you for eating the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. Oh. And if I have permitted you to love and trust, follow and obey this imaginary child, now grown in your consciousness to full maturity and become so strong and powerful that it dominates and rules its parent with a rod of iron, it is only in order that through the sin and errors into which it drove you and the consequent suffering these brought, I might awaken you to the reality of its unreality. Abba. So we have to be awakened to the reality of the unreality of the things that we cherish. To the fact that it has no existence except in your mind. Kebali, Domelis, Evani, Klesh, Empara de Cecily, Kleshefano, Itebaras, Kesafanias. Oh, Father, thank you for waking us up. He said, you have to be awakened to the reality of the unreality, to the fact that it has no existence except in your mind, that the only life it has and all its power come from your constant thinking that you are this personality and you are separate and apart from me. I am one with the Lord. For he that is joined with the Lord is one spirit. And if there has awakened in you a dim sense of its unreality, and you are now turning within to me, seeking to be released from the thraldom of its rule, know that it can never be until you are fully conscious that you and I, God, within you are one. And that there is no separation, that all I am are, that all I am are, that all I have is yours, that all power is given you in heaven and earth, and hence that I am you must be master, and that this personality of yours is merely a phase of mortal thought. I permitted to be born in your human consciousness in order to develop your mind and body until they become strong enough consciously to contain and fully express my impersonal life. You must be master, absolutely master of yourself. But you cannot be master until you know yourself. Kaya. You must be master, beloved. Absolute master of yourself. But you cannot be master until you know yourself. For man do not know himself until you know yourself. Know every phase of your personality, all your strength and all your weaknesses, all your powers, physical, mental, and spiritual, all your human faculties, tendencies, and limitations, and can see yourself and know your personality even as others see and know you, with both the eyes and judgment of the world and the vision and understanding of the Spirit. Know all about that personality which has so subtle and craftily impinged itself upon your consciousness that now you can scarcely tell when it is manifesting and when your true self, manifest. You cannot tell the difference. Until you can tell the difference, you have not mastered life. So this personality of yours must be subdued, must be merged into my impersonality before my true teachings can come forth. You must realize with soul realization that you, the impersonal you, the true you, are one with your brother, even as you are with me. You must learn to see me, his impersonal self, underneath the illusions of his personality. Must permit no reflection of your own personality to cloud the clear sight of me therein, yearningly waiting for the time when he too, perhaps through you, may be led to recognize me abiding within his heart. In the impersonal, all is but one. When you can enter into the oneness of the impersonal consciousness and can abide there at will, you have entered into my kingdom and have found God, the Maskelibaya. Let's take this one again. It's powerful. He said, when you can enter into the oneness of the impersonal consciousness and can abide there at will, you have entered into my kingdom and have found God. And thereafter will be able to see and know him in all his creations. For the impersonal consciousness is my consciousness. It is my kingdom, the realm of my being. And I am life of all things. Once having entered this realm, you become one with me, and therefore one with all beings, and you can go in and out and find pasture. For I will feed you with the bread of the Spirit, and there wine of life will flow through you in rivers of living love, blessing you in all ways, and likewise all whom you connect. My goodness. And that is the end of chapter number 3. Is a message. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord bless you. I thank God for the life of Joseph Benner. My goodness. My goodness. I don't know what else to say, but to say, God bless you, and I'll see you in lesson number 4. Have a glorious one. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Heirs of God TV, perfecting saints to become like Christ. Thanks for tuning in, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on becoming all you were born to be.